Okay, so we've got some different things that we've been doing on the channel talking about working out, but one of the things we've not talked about yet is food. And one of my favorite sayings is that you can't outrun your fork. So it doesn't matter how hard you work, if you're not eating healthy and putting good fuel into your body, it's gonna be really hard to lose weight. Or if you're just trying to get stronger, it's really hard to put on muscle if you're not giving your body some good fuel to work with. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do 2 meals prepping at one time. Both of the ingredients that go into these 2 meals can be prepared ahead of time and can be eaten out of for up to a week. And at least the pasta dish that we're going to do today can also be frozen, and you can pull it out, a couple of months later on, as long as you seal it up and label it well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the ingredient list. The 2 things that we're going to make today are ground turkey tacos, and then we're going to make a ground turkey pasta dish with a red sauce. So we're going to start with this ground turkey, and you can use any brand you want. You can go leaner than this, but this is really easy to find and fairly affordable. So what we're gonna do is, this just came from Walmart, we're gonna cut this in half, and we're gonna put half of it into one dish and half of it into the other dish. For the tacos, we're gonna season, and you'll notice these are fairly large spice containers. You can buy smaller containers. You can buy bags of spices. Most grocery stores, Walmart, etc., has these in this packets, and they're really cheap in the little plastic packets. If you're gonna be doing a lot of cooking, then I would say go ahead and splurge, because you can buy this at Sam's for like $8, but it will last you for months. Don't go buy the really expensive, super $3 for a tiny little thing. You need to make sure that you're not spending all your money on something that you're not gonna use all the time. When you do your spices though, you can definitely buy taco seasoning, but that taco seasoning is gonna have a lot of additives to it. And when we do it this way, we're putting good fuel into your body, and you're only getting the actual spice, not a bunch of other junk added to it. We're gonna use corn tortillas, no flour tortillas. Flour tortillas, you might as well just go ahead and eat the cardboard box. There's no nutritional value in them. Now, there's not a great amount of nutritional value in these, but they are authentic to the taco dish, which authenticity is important, and they taste good, and they can be toasted a little bit in a skillet. We'll get to that, and then bring out a really nice flavor that augments the spices that are gonna go into the tacos. We're gonna use jalapeno peppers. If you don't like jalapenos and you want to try something a little different, like an Anaheim or a green chili, experiment. Do whatever makes you happy. But having a pepper into our seasoning mix helps the aromatics come together and helps it taste better. We're going to use onion in both dishes, and we're going to use fresh garlic, dried garlic, in both dishes, and we're going to talk about how to best handle that. We've got shredded sharp cheddar here. And you can use any cheese you want. I really recommend, just for ease of purpose, go ahead and get it pre-shredded. I know that it's probably better to shred your own, but depending on what you're dealing with and your time an issue, everything is an issue, then go ahead and go with the pre-shredded. I like sharp because you can use just a tiny bit of cheese and get a big bang of flavor. When you go with a milder cheese, we have the tendency to want to do more and more to be able to taste the cheese. And with a sharp flavor, tiny little bit, big bang of flavor. We can also top the tacos with fresh tomatoes. And I purposely picked this one because it's got a little blemish on it. And we're going to talk about how all food doesn't look perfect, but doesn't mean you have to throw it away. This is still salvageable, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Another good topping for tacos is avocado. And if the idea of cutting open an avocado or choosing an avocado that is perfectly ripe in the way you want it to be stresses you out, then buy these little packets. They're super easy, they stay good forever. You peel them open, boom, you got fresh avocado. This can be seasoned up with a little bit of these same seasonings, some salt and some lemon or lime, and voila, you have guacamole. Or you can do straight avocado just like this. But this is a very creamy, nice addition to your tacos, but it's not sour cream. Sour cream has very little or none as far as nutritional value is concerned. So this gives you a creaminess to your taco, but it's good for you because it's a monosaturated fat. Avocados have got a lot of nutrition in them. So again, it's a good choice to add to your tacos. Okay, so moving over to the pasta dish. Choosing a pasta is a little hard. I went through a lot of different options before I settled on this chickpea pasta. If you kind of zoom in on there and get a look at that, it looks a lot like a regular pasta. It's not funky colored or funky shaped or anything like that. Matter of fact, let me open the package and you can just kind of see what it looks like. but regular pasta with no surprises. Because especially if you're new to meal prepping or new to doing your own cooking, you don't want something that looks really strange. And so there you go, you can see what those look like. They've got a little shape to them, and the shape to the pasta is nice because the shape will cause the pasta to pick up the sauce, and it'll be more flavorful, and it'll taste good. And we always want our food to taste great. We're also going to start with just a can of tomato sauce, excuse me, some Baby Bella mushrooms. Baby Bellas have more nutrition than plain old white mushrooms. They may look a little different because they're dark, but trust me, it's worth it. The flavor is really good, and they're better for you. And we've got our spices here. We've got our oregano, thyme, and basil, and we're gonna use the fresh onion and the garlic, and we're gonna make our own red sauce. Because if we buy spaghetti sauce, it's gonna have sugars in it, possibly some fats and some other things, and we don't wanna do that to our dishes. We wanna keep it as wholesome and as healthy as we possibly can. So I'm gonna cut off here, and we're gonna pick it back up as we start actually prepping the food together. So.